Okay, we've all been there, right? You're browsing the web and suddenly, bam, a blast of sound from a website you didn't expect. Well, what if I told you that what feels like a simple annoyance is actually a huge barrier in web design? Let's get into it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's late, you've got a bunch of tabs open, and out of nowhere, some ad starts blaring through your speakers. You start frantically clicking through tabs, trying to hunt down the source of the noise. It's a universal thing, and yeah, it's super irritating, but for millions of people, it's a much, much bigger deal.
For a huge number of folks online, that unexpected sound isn't just a little jump scare. Nope. It's like a digital brick wall, completely blocking them from using a website. And the reason for that comes down to a really important piece of tech called a screen reader.
So what even is a screen reader? Well, it's this amazing software that basically turns text and all the other stuff on a screen into speech. So for people who are blind or have low vision, this is their main way of getting around the digital world. You can kind of think of it as a personal guide, reading the entire web page out loud so you can navigate just by listening.
And this is where the big problem comes in. It becomes a battle for your ears. In one ear, a user is hearing their screen reader. That's their essential guide, remember. But in the other ear, they're hearing the website's auto-playing audio. When those two things play at the same time, the website's sound can totally drown out the screen reader. It makes it literally impossible to know where you are or what to click on next.
And this is the point I really want to drive home. If your main way of navigating the web is by listening, then unexpected, uncontrollable audio isn't just a distraction, it's a dead end. It completely disables your ability to use the site. You're basically lost, and you can't even find the button to turn the dang sound off.
Thankfully, there's a really clear and well-established solution to this problem. We don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Web accessibility experts have already laid out a simple but really powerful rule to stop this from ever happening. So the official name is the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG for short. Success Criterion 1.4.2 Audio Control. Now that's a mouthful, but it's basically the global rulebook for making the web work for everyone, and it tackles this problem head-on.
All right, let's break down what that actually means. The rule is pretty simple. If you've got audio on your site that starts all by itself and goes on for more than 3 seconds, you have to give the user a way to either pause it, stop it, or turn its volume all the way down to 0. And there are two really key details in there we need to talk about.
The first key detail, 3 seconds. That's the magic number. Any little sound effect that stops on its own before 3 seconds is totally fine. But anything longer than that, that's when you cross the line and you absolutely need to provide a control for the user. And here's the second and super crucial point. That control can't just be the main volume on the user's computer. Why? Well, because screen readers use that same system volume. So if you force someone to turn down their computer's volume, you're also forcing them to turn down their screen reader. You're silencing the very tool they need to get around. The control has to belong to the website itself.
Okay, so we've got the problem and we've got the rule. Now for the playbook. How do web developers and designers actually get this right and build a better experience for everybody?
It really boils down to 3 simple ways to do this. First off, just keep your auto-playing sound under 3 seconds. Easy. Second, if it really has to be longer, just make sure you provide a clear, easy-to-find button to pause or stop it. And third, and this is really the best practice of all, just don't auto-play audio in the first place. Let the user choose to start the sound. Put them in control.
And on the flip side, here are the mistakes we see all the time. The most obvious one is just having background music that the user can't stop. But another really common one is an auto-playing video that has sound. You gotta remember, this rule applies to any audio, whether it's from a video, a podcast player, whatever. If it makes noise for more than 3 seconds, it needs a control. Simple as that.
So why does this one little rule matter so much? Well, it's because, like most things in web accessibility, when you fix a problem for one group of people, you almost always end up making the experience way better for everybody. So yeah, of course, this is a total game changer for screen reader users, but the benefits don't stop there. It also helps anyone who has a tough time focusing when there's background noise. And let's be honest, it helps all of us, right? Anytime you're browsing in a quiet library, or a busy office, or just at home late at night. It's this good, considerate design for everyone. And that right there really gets to the heart of it. Building a better, more inclusive web isn't always about adding some flashy new feature. A lot of the time, it's about being thoughtful and intentional, and just removing the barriers that stop people from getting to the information in the first place. So the next time you're building a website or even just browsing one, think about that.
Mastering audio control is one huge step. But what other small, maybe even tiny design choices can we all make to build a web that really, truly works for everyone?